Ken.
Hey, Shelly.
Time for another hip talk movie. You ready?
Let's watch it. It's going to be good.
Want a corn chip?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
It's not starting. It's not starting.
It's on.
I know, but why isn't the movie on?
Oh, I don't know.
Why is it still on us? Start the hip talk. Start the hip talk already. Come on. Why are you still up on us?
Hey, are you ready for hip talk?
I am.
Okay, have a corn nut.
There you go.
Very good
No.
stuff.
They're spicy.
These speakers are terrific.
Especially the speaker. I'm putting that one on mine.
You're chewing out loud.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the International Hypnosis Federation, it's all about you retreat. It gives me great pleasure to introduce a phenomenal hypnotist from Northern California. His name is Ken Guzzo, and he's well known for several things. Besides being a father and a husband, he's also well known as a quit smoking now kind of guy. And he helps literally thousands of people quit smoking in one session. He's also a stage performer and a comedian, and today he's going to talk to us about smoking hypnosis. And I think you'll enjoy this because I've heard it before and I loved it. Ladies and gentlemen, Ken Guzzo.
Thank you so much.
I love that guy.
Well, how was lunch, everyone? Good. Should we jump right in, or should we start with a funny story? Funny story? Okay. This is a 100% absolutely true story. I told this to Shelly once, and she asked me if I would tell this in a storytelling conference. This happened a long time ago. I was like in my early 20s, and I used to ride my 10-speed bike everywhere. Up in Canada, winter, summer, it didn't matter. I was on my 10-speed bike. And I ride over to the corner store, and I get out, and I go get myself a snack or something, and I come out, and my 10-speed bike is gone. And there's this tiny little peddler bike where it was. Like someone rode along and decided to trade up. And I just stood there like for a long time, just hoping, waiting for it to be right again, to switch back to the way it was, and that wasn't going to happen. So I got on this like little bike and I pedaled home. And so I was really bummed that I lost my bike. Well, I'm driving my car a few days later. I'm driving along the road, and I look, and some guy is riding my bike. I'm in this is my dad's Mercury Montego station wagon that I inherited. So I drive up alongside him, and I'm giving him the stink eye. You know, he's like this, and then I just cut him off. And right there on the street, I get off, and I walk over to him, and I put my hands on the bike, right on the handlebars, and I said, "Where'd you get this bike?" And he replies back, "I didn't steal it." I said, "I didn't ask you if you stole it. I asked you where you got it." I couldn't be yours. I got this like on the other side of town. And I'm like, "Okay, this is my bike. I need you to get off my bike." He's like, "How do I know it's yours? It's your bike." That's what he asked me. And I said, "Get off my bike. This is my bike." And he's like, "Well, did your gears work?" And I had to think about that, because I was left it on 5th gear. And I was like, "I don't know, I was left it on 5th gear. I don't know if it worked or not. Why do you ask?" He goes, "I fixed your gears for you." Thank you. Get off my bike. And he's like, "I don't know that this is your bike." And I said, "Look, you can get off my bike right now, or you can explain to the police what you're doing riding my bike." And he's like, "Okay." He gets off the bike. I take the bike, open up the Mercury Montego station wagon, throw it in, close the door, and he's like staring at me with this really pathetic look on his face. And I said, "What?" He said, "I live all the way on the other side of town. I got no way to get home." "All right, get in." So he gets in, and it's to drive him to the other side of town. It was a pretty quiet ride. We didn't have much to say to each other. I let him out, and...
You said, do you steal bikes often?
I know, what are you going to talk about? You steal bikes often? That's funny.
Has this happened to you before?
So I get home,
Stop
and I'm like so delighted, like it came back to me. I open up the back of the bike and I pull it out. It's not my bike. There's probably 3 morals to this story. You can believe something hard enough, you can make it be true, but not really. Maybe whoever is the most determined and who has their hands on the handlebar wins, I don't know. But anyway, that's my bike story. Oh, you can borrow my bike. No
Did
problem.
you take it back to him and give it back to him?
I don't know where he lives.
Oh,
I just dropped him off somewhere downtown.
somewhere. Okay.
Anyway, and that was a long time ago. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay.
How much did you get for the bike?
Did I keep the bike? It's called karma. It came back. Something came back. Okay, so I want to talk about smoking cessation today, and in the time that we have, what I want to do, as always when I'm speaking, is give you as much that you can take away with and use in your practices. I teach my smoking cessation program now, which is a 3 or 4 day seminar, so I'm not going to be able to get you all that content, but I want to get you as much as I can today. So just to maybe to get for some people who are newer here that don't know me, I've been helping people with change works since 1989, and I came across a smoking cessation program back in 2006. It was a company called Smoke Free International. Some of you I know have heard of it. And I learned how to read a script and help people stop smoking. They went out of business 6 months after I took the course, but it came with a membership to the IHF. Well, I just came with a membership to the IHF, and I was like, okay, well that's nice. I hung it on my wall, but I never contacted anybody. I never met another hypnotist. All I did was, I had a very good job in the technology sector in San Francisco, and we were just about to have a baby. And I said, you know what? I don't want to work 12, 14 hours a day commuting to the city. I want to be home. I don't want to miss this. I want to make my own schedule. I want the freedom. And learning how to be a hypnotist, helping people stop smoking, sounded like something really cool. I could help save lives, and I could help people, and I'd do it on my own calendar. So I took the next 3 months off, and I got to be home while we had the baby. Then, for the first 3 months. Then I opened up my business, and I started helping people stop smoking. And that's all I did, was they came in, and I helped them stop smoking. They walked in a smoker, they walked out a non-smoker. I did that for 4.5 years. 40 hours a week, just help people stop smoking. And I started out advertising on the back of, you know, those local papers that are free, where you get, you know, the marijuana dispensaries and the hookers and weed. That's where I started out. I figured people smoke who look at the back of that paper. That's a good place to start. And then that worked for a while, and then it's kind of stopped working. And it was time for me to either give that up and go back to what I was doing before, or double down. And I decided to advertise on radio. And I thought, if I tell my wife I'm thinking about advertising on radio, I know what she's going to say. So I'm not going to tell her. What I did was, I invested it, I recorded my ad, and then when my spot was going to come on, I turned on the radio just a couple minutes before. And I called my wife into the room, we're having a nice conversation. And then my ad came on. And she looked, "You're on the radio." And I said, "Yeah, I am." And then just before she could start to formulate how much was this going to cost, right? The phone rang. I said, "Excuse me, I got to take this." And then the phone rang again, and it rang again. And that's how I really launched my career. And that worked for a while until it stopped working. But that caused me to really decide I'm going to be a hypnotist and I'm really going to make this for real. Around that time, I thought to myself, I should probably meet some other hypnotists. And I should probably maybe take a hypnosis course so I know what I'm doing. So I called Dr. Shelley up, and I took her class, and I came to that first conference, and we hit it off. We had a great time. And from there, it grew, and I started taking more classes and just to round up, because I just walked this tightrope. It was a good thing and a bad thing. If you ask me, can you help me stop biting nails? Sure. Can you just hypnotize me? I know how to read this script and get you from smoker to non-smoker. That's all I knew. And so it was very limited. I was driving this highway, but I didn't see any of the landscape. So once I started studying with Shelley and with other wonderful teachers and instructors, I really started to understand more of the hypnotic. I had already been rewriting that original script I'd gotten, just out of my understanding of NLP and some other things. But what I did then was I really started to innovate the entire process. I took it from a 1-hour session to a 2-hour session. So to bottom line the story now, I've helped nearly 5,000 people stop smoking in one session with a lifetime guarantee, 90 to 95% success rate. I charge $5.95 per session, and I've been 100% referral for almost 5 years, and I haven't spent a cent on advertising. Okay, so for a long time now. So I want to, in my course, I teach people the marketing, the practice management, the protocols, the neurological and hypnotic to do what I do to get the exact results. Everything that I do in the session from start to finish is methodical and builds on the next step, the next point. It's also very duplicatable. Okay, so what I've done is I've combined hypnosis with a neurological tapping protocol. And I find it dovetails well together as hypnosis and NLP. I think they just work fantastically together. So I call the program Saving Lives, Making $2,500 per day. Or I tap that, which is... You didn't get the joke? That's good. All right. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go through these for time's sake. And good. So the steps to my program is the greeting. The greeting is really important. We all know this, yes? What do we need to establish in this greeting? And, yes, and expectation, thank you. An agreement, right? Then I do a neurological test with them. I'm going to demonstrate this for you. Then I do the pre-talk. I put my pre-talk on a video. I'm going to show you a segment of that, just to give you an idea. Then I do a neurological process with them, which clears the cravings from the mind and body. My clients are already non-smokers before they sit in the chair for hypnosis. Okay? Then we do a hypnotic contract. We do the induction. Obviously, there's the basic framework. I give the suggestions. We do the emerge. The last 5 minutes, which are also very crucial. And follow-up, which Susie was talking about. She's bang on right in everything she was saying about how important the follow-up is. Okay. So, when there are two things that cause hypnotic trance, when you break it all down, what are they? Yes, confusion would be one way. So there's fatigue and there's overload. Okay, if you all the things that cause trance. I love Martin Peterson's diagram he posts. All the things that cause trance. You can break it down to those two things. Most hypnotists are using progressive lip relaxation. That's what I was doing. I read the script, right? The overload is much more powerful. And I did both. And I think it's a really good idea to do both, to maximize the depth of trance and the person's experience of having something happen. So, typically when a client comes in to see me, I will say to them, I'm going to ask for a volunteer, by the way. Someone wants to play. You want to play? Okay. So, Linda, have a seat right there just for a second. You're going to play with me. Thank you. But she is smoking. This is smoking hypnosis. Okay, that's what this is called. And for the purpose of this demonstration, you don't need to be a smoker. This will work on other things as well. So we'll come to that in just a moment. And we're going to do this little exercise with each other, but I'd like you to do something with each other just for a quick demonstration. Find a partner. And first, everyone just find a partner. So you can sit right across from you.
The three of us can do it.
Anyone still need a partner?
Oh, okay. Yes, they're gonna do it. So it's you and me.
Put your hands high so you can see. There's something right back there.
Your name? Hi, Bill. I'm Rose. Nice to meet you. Where do you live? Oh, they're down.
Okay, here's the exercise. It's really simple. And this is almost a formality for this group. What I discovered is a few years ago I opened the North American Academy of Hypnosis and I started training people in my process. I was very selfish with it at first. Like, this was my golden ticket. Like, I can't believe the success I'm having. I didn't want anybody to know about it. And then I said, that's kind of ridiculous. I should share this. So I started training other hypnotists in this process. And people would say, well, Ken, yeah, you get all this success, but because of fill in the blank, they would make up a story. And I'm like, no, I just have a bit of a head start on you. And it's really downplaying what they were saying. And then I realized that there was something that I was doing. I just did it so naturally as part of who I am, it never occurred to me to add it as a step. So we're going to do this in 2 steps. I'd like you to, first of all, just take a moment and just look into each other's eyes.
Okay, Bill. I see you in your eyes. Well, it's a problem, so it doesn't take much of time. But we'll see what you guys know. How long have you been here?
Good. And stop. Okay. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to look in each other's eyes again. But this time from a very different come from. For some of you, it might be a different come from. Okay. I want you to think of someone who you feel unconditional love for. Now, this is not a romantic love, right? I think of it like how a grandfather or a grandmother would smile down on their grandchildren. Is there someone in your life or something, maybe it's not a person, but it's a feeling that you have where you just feel that unconditional freedom of love flowing?
Can it be a dog?
Sure. Could be a cat or a dog. Or a goldfish for 7 seconds.
Yeah!
Okay, so just close your eyes. Close your eyes and picture that in your mind. Feel it in your heart. Smell it, taste it. And then in a moment when I say, open your eyes, holding that in the intention to hypnotize and shining that unconditional love and connection over to that other person. If you feel it going away, that's fine. Close your eyes, recapture it, open it, and shine that again. Ready, set, when you're ready, open your eyes. Very good. Find your eyes back up here again. Who noticed that those two felt different?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Pretty much everyone? It looked different. Someone said it looked different. What else did you notice? It felt different. How did it feel different?
Gave you warm and fuzzy.
Warm and fuzzy.
I started off different because I thought I was already thinking.
You started off different.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Woo. Thank you.
Very safe.
Very safe.
That's what I thought.
What I discovered was, for the most part, but not always, that's how I was connecting with my clients. I didn't know it. And I bet many of you are the same way in this room. I've talked to other groups of hypnotists where I didn't have that confidence that they were meeting people from that place. Okay? But I wasn't doing it every time. I wasn't doing it intentionally. So I call this authentic intention. Open your eyes in creating authentic connection. So I call it AC. Sorry.
Ask Spencer.
What's the acronym for that? Authentic intention, authentic connection.
Ask Spencer, he knows how to do that.
Yeah. AIAC. Thank you. Not so quick now, are you? Neither am I. Okay, so here's the thing. Not only does it feel better, not only do you connect and have more rapport with your client, not only are you leaving all the last client, the traffic, and all that behind, so you can focus on that wonderful, magical miracle of a being right in front of you. But another thing happens. It creates trance. Because on a subconscious level, the person just feels safe, like when they're with their grandpa. What happens? The critical faculty melts away. When I started teaching this in November to my clients, I could not believe the difference in what they were experiencing with their clients and what they were experiencing with each other in practicing. So this became a key element that we built on through the entire program that they're doing with their clients now. Just that intention, that authentic intention, projecting with the intention of hypnotizing, authentic connection. And starting from there. The work's already done. Okay? So that was like a key magic piece. So when someone comes into my office for smoking cessation session, I want to create rapport, but for me personally, I don't want to spend a lot of time doing small talk. Oh, how was the drive? You have any trouble finding a place? How about that weather? Yeah, oh really? I had a brother from that place too. We got a lot of work to do here, and I want to create that expectation, that connection, that rapport, immediately built into why they're there to see me. So for the smoker, the first thing I'm going to say is, are you ready to be free of those cravings once and for all?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And they're all coming in nervous and scared and anxious and uptight, and everything else has failed, and now we're trying hypnosis. I mean, that's how desperate I am. I mean, you see this weirdo that's doing hypnosis. Are smokers typically new agey type of people? No. Are they particularly health conscious? No. Are they particularly open to other forms or modalities of health? No. So this is kind of weird that they're in my office, and I want to meet. Pardon me? Last chance. Yeah. I want to meet them where they are. But I want to jump right in. Ready to be free of those cravings once and for all?
Yes.
Absolutely. Great. Here's what's going to happen today. First, I'm going to have you watch a video of me explaining everything that's going to happen before it happens. So there's no surprises, and you feel like a full partner in this. Because when people first walk in to see me, it feels a little bit too good to be true, or a bit like magic. Wait a minute, you're trying to tell me that 2 hours from now, I'm not even going to want a cigarette? Yep, that's what I'm saying. And when you understand how this works, and why it works, and the science behind it, you'll be saying to yourself, you know what, this actually makes more sense than what I've been taught in the past about nicotine addiction and tobacco. Then I'm going to take you into another room and work with your neurological system for about 10 minutes, because your system wants to keep you smoking the way you are right now, does not want to change. And they're like, I know. And I'm like, I know.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And they think I'm reading their mind. They go, yeah, I know. So we're going to do that. Then you're actually going to be a non-smoker before you ever sit in the chair for the hypnosis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your body's going to clearly indicate it, you'll feel it, and you'll know it. It's an amazing thing to experience firsthand. And then we do the hypnosis. And that's just like listening to me tell you a story. You're not going to fall asleep or cluck like a chicken or turn into a zombie, unless you pay me extra. But you're just going to feel very, very relaxed. And when you stand up to leave, it'll be like before you ever smoked. No cravings, no withdrawal, and I guarantee that for life.
Wow.
That's the response you'll get. Wow.
Now I feel bad about stealing your bike.
It was you! She stole my bike. So just in that little conversation, do you notice all the things that I built into that? You picking up on this? She is overloaded already. Okay? I'm making these outrageous claims. I better be able to back up. Right? I'm telling her she's going to be a non-smoker before she even sits in the chair for the hypnosis. Right? So then I say, okay, before we do anything, I want to make sure I can work with you neurologically. Have you ever heard of muscle testing?
Yes, I've heard of it.
Great. You're way ahead of most of my clients because most of them have never heard of it. And if they say, no, I never heard of it, I say, that's okay. Most of my clients have never heard of it. So, I'm going to not impose on Duncan as the mic stand for the entire time. Would you please stand up for me?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, so stand facing me. And hold your arm nice and strong. Okay. Don't let me push this arm down, okay?
Okay, I won't. I got it better.
That's it? Good, okay. Alright, don't let me push this arm down, okay?
Okay.
Good, nice strong arm. Now don't let me push this arm down, okay?
Okay.
Whoa, what happened to your strength? It all went away. That's weird. That's never happened before. Hold strong, hold strong, hold strong. And good, you're working perfectly. That's typically how it goes. And the arm, when I do this move, the arm just drops. Okay? It's a kind of a faux pas energetic, I just kind of cut her in half electrically. But I'm going to apologize for that later. Okay? I actually am. And then I get her back up, and then when I touch her here, the arm drops. This is a positive charge of the palm. I make that sound, but I'm actually not popping her. It looks like it, but it's not. It's very gentle. I'm just putting the pad of my finger and creating a charge, which interrupts the signal to the arm, and the arm drops. Okay, if it doesn't happen that way, I reverse the charge, because there might be a different polarity, and I put the nail, and then usually the arm will drop in. If it doesn't drop for either, then she's what I call overcharged. People get overcharged for a couple of reasons. Toxins in the system. Any smokers have toxins in their system? That can happen. Some airline pilots or flight attendants, sometimes being in the upper atmosphere a lot, that can create some overcharge. Cindy Sawyer, I'll test you later. So there's some things that can cause this charge to happen. So if she is overcharged and getting like too strong arms, then I'm going to have her sit a certain way while she's watching my video. That's going to help her bring her system in balance so I can work with her later. But I just say, okay, so you're working fine. Now you've heard of a lie detector.
Like the test, yes.
Yeah, measures electrical impulses. You put the device on the finger, needle jumps if you say something false. I don't need a machine. Hold your arm nice and strong. Say, my name is Linda.
My name is Linda.
Hold strong. Body says yes. Say, my name is Ken Guzzo.
My name is Ken Guzzo.
Hold strong. Body says no. So this is yes, this is no. Now they're blown away, like right off the bat. They say, what's this guy doing to me? I've never had a hypnosis session like this before. So this is yes, this is no. You cannot hold that arm strong and say something false to me. Say 2 + 2 is 4.
2 + 2 is 4.
Hold strong. Body says yes. Say, Ken Guzzo is the sexiest man I've ever met.
Ken Guzzo is the sexiest man I've ever met.
Hold strong. I never asked that question of a client. Okay, that was a joke. Okay. I say 2 + 2 is 39.
2 + 2 is 39.
Hold strong. Body says no. That's what I would do in front of a client. That's back for a second session. No, just the number. That's all I'm saying. So this is yes and this is no. Once you've watched the video, we're going to go in the other room and I'm going to be asking you some questions that actually matter, and you're going to be even more amazed how your body responds. Okay? Thank you. I'm going to borrow you back in just a minute, okay? So that's how I start off my session. That's how I started. And already they're tripping out because their body's telling them things that their arms getting weak, their arms getting strong, I'm making all these claims. And now they sit down and they watch my video. My video is loaded with positive suggestions. I'm going to turn upside down a lot of the things that we talk about nicotine and addiction and tobacco, like I was saying. So I'm going to start off by talking about giving 7 or 8 examples of how nicotine is not addictive. Because I asked every one of them when they fill out their intake form, are you addicted to nicotine? They all say, of course, hell yeah. It's not even yes, it's like, what are you, nuts? And then I show them all the reasons that they're not addicted. That this is a habit. It's one of the most powerful habits in the world, but it's a habit. Okay? And then I talk to them about hypnosis. So I'm not going to go into a lot of the pre-talk for the purpose of this, because you guys have your pre-talks, we explain about hypnosis and about the mind and how that works. I tell them what to expect after the session and how to respond. But what I'm doing is, begin with authentic intention leading to authentic connection. I'm building rapport. I'm getting agreement. Yeah. Go ahead. Building expectation, getting compliance. Did we get a lot of compliance there? Yeah. I'm building credibility. Now, does this person think I know what I'm talking about? And we haven't even really got into the session yet. So I'm building credibility with the client. I'm creating confusion. What does confusion create? Overload, deepens the trance. I'm redirecting attention. I'm diffusing the nervous emotion. By the time I get finished with that test, whatever nervousness, anxiousness they came in for, it's forgotten. They are here. They're very present. Yes? Yes. Yeah. And I handle the payment up front as well. If most of my clients pay me online, they book themselves in online, they pay me online, and it's handled. If there's any payment, we handle that ahead of time. I used to work 40 hours a week. I stopped doing that. It was burning out. And my success rate dropped. Now, for the last 3 years, I see clients 2 days a week, and I load them up. I see 5 to 6 clients for 2 days at $600 each. So that's $5,000 or $6,000 for the week, working 2 days, and that saves the rest of my week. Be with my family, work on a book, do trainings, work on other projects. So as hypnotists, I believe we deserve to thrive. Because I see a lot of hypnotists out there that are great at what they do, get great results, but they're not making the money they want to be making. And when we are making the money that we want to be making, that frees us up to innovate, to become better. It draws more respect from our clients. Someone's willing to pay me $600, they haven't even met me, because their friend stopped smoking with me, their friend's friend stopped smoking with me, or they saw me on Yelp, they see all my 5-star reviews. They're in. They're not, all right, well, let's throw $50 at it, see what happens. That's enough of an investment that they're in. Okay? We deserve to be thriving. We are helping people, whether it's smoking cessation or whatever your niche is. Some people it's past life regression or working with children. There's so many things working with addiction, other addictions. We're changing lives, and we need to hold. If you're holding that you're worth so much per hour, I say let it go. It's not about what you're worth per hour. It's about the result that you're getting with the client. Now you need to be able to follow. You need to be able to deliver on that result. If I have a 50% success rate, I can't be charging the money I'm charging. But 90-95% with a lifetime guarantee, that's 2 months worth of cigarettes. My clients all save $2,000 a year, every year for the rest of their life on average. Okay. Okay. So now she's watched the video, and I'll ask any questions. She'll say, nope. Did it make sense? She's building rapport with me the whole time I'm working with another client, because I have this on video. And I said, was there anything you disagreed with?
No, it's great.
Okay. Well, so you're not addicted to nicotine, are you? And there you go.
Guess not.
Okay. So now, hold your arm nice and strong. From 1 to 10, how big of a problem? Okay, so think of a problem that you'd like to resolve in your life. You don't have to say it out loud. It can be called problem A.
Okay.
Okay, or you can say it out loud.
Good luck, sorry. Okay.
It's up to you.
Good, I've got a problem.
You want to say it out loud or call it problem A?
Problem A.
From 1 to 10, how big is problem A for you?
8.
Say, this problem is an 8.
This problem is an 8.
Hold strong. Body says yes. Say, this problem is a 0.
This problem is a 0.
Hold strong. Body says no. Say, I want to keep some of this problem.
I don't really need to keep any
No,
of
say,
this.
I want to keep some of this problem.
I want to keep some of this problem.
Hold strong. Hold strong. Body says yes.
Oh, no.
Say, I want to be completely over this problem.
I want to be completely over this problem.
Hold strong. Body says no. You want this problem.
I love this problem.
Any problem you have is because your system wants it on some level. Otherwise, you'd let it go, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like magnets. This is you and your problem. They're attracted to each other.
Mm-hmm.
You can walk around all day long saying, I don't want this problem. I don't want this problem. It doesn't matter. It's stuck. So just stop it.
Oh, thanks. Just stop.
But you can't. People can't. See, the people don't have the problem to understand. Well, just stop buying the cigarettes. Just stop drinking. Don't buy it anymore. I can't. So they're attracted to each other. But what would happen if we reverse the polarity?
They'd be repelled.
They repel. So that's what we're going to do right now. So tap right here. Repeat after me. I totally and profoundly accept myself.
I totally and profoundly accept myself.
Even if this problem gets worse.
Even if this problem gets worse.
I totally and profoundly accept myself.
I totally and profoundly accept myself.
Even if this problem gets worse.
Even if this problem gets worse.
I totally and profoundly accept myself.
I totally and profoundly accept myself.
Even if this problem gets worse.
Even if this problem gets worse.
Good. Hold your arm nice and strong. Say, I want to keep some of this problem.
I want to keep some of this problem.
Hold strong. Not anymore. I want to be completely over this
I
problem.
want to be completely over this
Hold
problem.
strong. Look at that. We just reversed the polarity that quickly. Before we were tracking the problem, now she's repelling the problem. Now that she's repelling the problem, we can tap different metabolic points in the body to clear the problem from the nervous system. And I go through a series of algorithms where we actually clear the problem. I don't have time to show it right now, but if someone wants to see it after or on a break, I'd be happy to demonstrate it then, okay? But we clear the problem. And at the end, the person saying it was an 8, I say, this problem is now a 0. And the body says it's a 0. I say, this problem is an 8? Not anymore. And they know, as they ask me, do you feel like a cigarette if it's a smoker?
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone. People sometimes ask me in the video, after the video, can I pop up for a quick one? I used to say, okay, but be quick. Now I say, hell no, get in here, we're going to fix this right now. We do this process, ask them, do you feel like a cigarette now? They say, no, it's gone. I say, I know! Not because I'm a psychic, because your body said 0, that means it's gone. I tell them in the month of May 2010, every client I saw them with was a case study and didn't know it. If you like, we can finish that, clearing that problem in the break. So we reverse the polarity, now we need to clear it. I tell them that in May 2010, every client I saw them with was a case study and didn't know it. There was no video, no hypnosis, only this neurological process. My clients had a 75% success rate in 10 minutes with me no matter how long they smoked. Okay? Then I start the hypnosis session. I start now with something physical. They're already tripping out. So, like something I was doing last night in my show, doing like that, have their arm rise up. That is, again, overload, building trance, or do like a Gil Boyne, just and have their arm and have their arm rise up on its own. But it's really amazing when we do something physical with them. They have this visceral experience of being hypnotized. They go even deeper into trance, and then from there I do a progressive relaxation. Okay, so I'm just overloading, and at the end of the session they stand up, and my clients, probably 70-80% of them, guys and girls, are tears streaming down their face. It is such an emotional experience, probably for a couple of reasons. They've been stuffing down a lot of emotion with those cigarettes, and their whole systems knows that they're free, and that liberation of being free after 40 years of being trapped is very emotional. So it's a very powerful experience. Normally I'm not ever upselling a program when I teach. I just want to teach to the best of my ability at the time allotted. But I am actually teaching this course 3 times this year. If you're interested, I got flyers here. If you want to ask me any questions, I'm happy to answer questions. Thank you so much for your time today.